What happens when electronic music, dreams and artificial intelligence collide? That's just one of the many things I experienced at this year's edition of MUTEK in Montreal. In the world of electronic music, there are only a handful of institutions that rise to the rank of true icons. MUTEK Montreal has always been on the cutting edge of this culture, sort of like a reliable window into the future of what's going to shape the electronic music landscape in the years to come. So when they invited me this year to attend the festival as part of their MUTEK Forum initiative, I didn't have to think twice. Off I went to Canada, and here are some of the many beautiful and inspiring things I encountered. The first thing I noticed when I arrived was how seamlessly the festival is integrated into the heart of downtown Montreal. The program is spread across various venues, all very close to each other, and a large part of the 6-day schedule is actually free of charge and open for everyone to attend. One of these areas is the Esplanada Tranquil. When I arrived here to pick up my festival pass, I was greeted by a lovely video installation called Omnipresence by Irregular, while a DJ set by Nicola Cruz was already in full effect. Of the next days, I caught more great performances here. Some of my favorites were the live performance by Cousin, to me one of the most outstanding talents when it comes to non-generic, contemporary interpretations of dub techno. Followed by a DJ set from All Wootton, who committed to crafting a hypnotic stream of rare, organic, percussive gems. What struck me throughout many of these performances was that the artists didn't feel the need to make a big splash or consistently fight for your attention. There was a certain air of trust and commitment to the music that everyone seemed to tune into, allowing for subtle and immersive experiences. Between the program, I took time to explore the beautiful city of Montreal and its many record stores. Arguably the most respected among them is Atom Heart, which not only had a great selection of vinyl but also CDs and even a special discount for MUTEK Forum attendees, which goes to show how interwoven the festival is with the city's many institutions. I ended up finding one of my personal trip-hop holy grails by Ray and Christian. As well as this insane DJ Q album from the year 2000. In another shop, I stumbled across this MUTEK compilation from 2005. A beautiful time capsule on the one hand, yet still surprisingly timeless, once again confirming the high quality of the festival's curation. In addition to the regular festival program, there was also the MUTEK Forum, a coordinated effort to connect artists and industry professionals from around the world with those from Canada, fostering international collaborations through a dedicated program of meetups, studio visits and networking events. To me, it's really impressive to see how highly Canadians and especially the people and institutions in the Quebec region value music and the arts for something like this to be possible. Of course, there's no MUTEK without tech, so at one time I stumbled into the Ableton Spaces, a cozy place where people could immerse themselves into creating some beats with the Ableton Move, or even sample some vinyl records and slice them with Ableton Push, or use it to sequence an ARP 2600. Another one of the highlights of my week took place at Théâtre Maisonneuve. UK producer Shackleton, Polish composer Wacław Zimpel and Indian vocalist Siddhartha Belmannu joined forces for a live performance blending modular electronics, clarinet, reed textures and Carnatic vocals into expansive, long-form pieces that oscillated between meditative atmospheres and powerful rhythmic intensity. My favorite venue of the festival had to be the Société des Arts Technologiques, or short SAT, with its immersive dome at the top and multiple levels below. This is also where one of the most memorable performances took place. Dutch producer Upsammy teamed up with the incredibly talented Italian-born and London-based percussionist Valentina Magaletti. I was completely mesmerized by how seamlessly the electronic and acoustic components merged, always perfectly in time, always perfectly mixed, combining the complexity of acoustic drums with the sheer physical force of electronics in a way I had never experienced before at that level of perfection. Afterwards, I went back upstairs into the dome and was suddenly immersed in a wondrous audiovisual installation. The artists had placed an open mic in the middle of the dome and invited people to describe one of their recent dreams to an AI. The mic signal wasn't audible to the audience, only to the AI, which then converted it into text, then into sound and moving images that unfolded across the dome for a few moments before making way for the next input. By the way, this is how my dream turned out. Can you guess what it was? This was just a tiny slice of what I experienced, and what I experienced was just a tiny slice of what MUTEK 2025 had to offer. I hope I was able to give you a little glimpse into what a special place this team has built over the years. I'm super grateful to have been invited and hope to be back next year.